Hey, what's up guys? In this video, it's kind of like a two-in-one. I wanted to introduce you to my friend Sabrina, who's a realtor here in Cebu City and a great contact for you guys, not only to help you find a place, but she's really just a good contact to know, to help you get settled in. She knows the city very well. She's just cool like that. But I also wanted to pick her brain about her story, to talk about province life, talk about the differences of meeting a Filipina in the province. We got into a bunch of different stuff, and I think it's all relatable to you guys who want to come to the Philippines, find yourself a home base, meet yourself a Filipina, and it's good stuff. I'm going to be making more videos with Sabrina to talk more about, real estate and stuff like that, but this is the first one, so enjoy it. Here we go.
So province life is way different because in province, you cannot find anything like this, like high-rise building or such a huge mall or department store or hotels. Like it doesn't exist yet in the province where I live. It's a typical mountainous area, like so green because of those trees and plants. And far from the neighbor, not really like you're living very close to each other. And our way of living is raising a farm animal, so it's different of coming here in the city. I'm not raising any farm animals here in the city. So the characteristic of a province Filipina, first thing first, shy, super, and a little bit. If a younger version of me as a province girl, like I'm a little bit ignorant. So before, like I am shy to enter inside the mall because I feel like I'm not belong, because it doesn't exist in our province. And the other thing is my fashion. Like I'm not really belong to the city, and in the province it's like simple. My daily clothes and my special clothes to wear if I go somewhere is the same cloth. And the way we speak up, we have our own accent in the province compared to the city. So if we will come over here in the city, they can figure it out like, oh, which province you came from.
Really?
we live in a very small community where the standard of the school is not a little bit higher compared to the city. So the way they teach us about English speaking is different. It's just like a minimal way back before, but I do not know now. So my way of speaking in English is a little bit just tiny. And then I just learned it when I came here in the city and able to hear, even for locals, they already speak a little bit of English, like a regular words that they use. But in province, it's like sometimes we even have our own words that doesn't exist in the city. So sometimes the city like, what is that? Like, I'm just using it in the province. That's how I learned from there.
Let's talk about the importance of family when it comes to Filipinas and how that can really be different for a foreign guy to come here and meet a Filipina. There's a saying that I heard early on. If you marry a Filipina, you're going to have to marry her whole family. That's something I've heard over and over again. Is that true? Is there some truth to that?
Yeah, I heard a lot of things on that area. In our family, I have this meeting with my older sister. I said, hey, I grew up standing my own feet. I raised my own family. And whatever obligation that we have for our mom as a family, like we have to help to each other. So basically, before I date foreigners, we already made up decision making in our family that each one of us as a sibling, we have to put money every month to support our mom. So the moment that I have this a relationship with a foreigner or a Western guy, raising or like marrying the entire family is not really a thing for us.
So the important thing for guys to know is there's a pressure for Filipinas to support the family, and that's common, right?
Yes.
Throughout a lot of families, most families probably. Have you ever met someone in the province that looks to meeting a foreigner that way?
Yes, like they're already expecting their mom, their grandparent, or even the titas or aunties. They're like, oh, you have to marry a foreigner so that you'll be able to live a better life. So growing up, hearing all those things, I thought that is the reality. And then I shared it to my mom, to my mother. Like, Ma, how true is it that this and that? And like, Well, Sabrina, it could be, but sometimes it depends. So my mom don't have any specific response. I just figure it out by myself the moment that I am the right age, and then I start to have this dating app. Like if it is really responsible, if it is really advantages or make us live on a better life if we have this foreign boyfriend.
Yeah.
With my own experience, we are really, really living in a very, what you call that one, challenging situation, especially the finance. And what you call that one, fortunate that my mother never, I was raised by my mother. And then my mother never told me that with the foreigners you can have a better life. Although like all the neighbors or other friends of my mom said the same thing, but my mom never told me that in that way. So, but instead she's more on like, well, as you see me, I work hard by myself to raise the rest of you as my children. So, same thing on you. You have to work, you have to figure it out so you can live a better life. So with that way of thinking that foreigners, actually, I have that one mindset before when, you know, in the moment of desperation, when my ex-partner and I are already like, I'm not expecting for that because I don't really, my expectation is like we will be together for the rest of our life.
Right.
So I said like, okay, what am I going to do now? I don't get enough financial support from the father of my children, and we have 4. What am I going to do now? What else I can do? I cannot even find a better salary because I have to raise my. I have to take care of my children. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll start to find the foreigners to help me financially. So I've been there, and then months after months, I figured out like, no, it's better to find foreigners for you to love. Who will love you back. Sometimes there are foreigners like I date and it's like, oh, you have 4 children. I'm sorry, Sabrina, I do like you, but with four children. So it's kind of like a little bit pain for me to heard about it. Like I've been in the U.S., Sabrina, I'm raising my children, and I came here in the Philippines to have a relax or something like that. Like I cannot dare to raise another children. And I said like, well, I understand. You don't really necessarily to go farther with that, because once and for all, before you date me, my kids and I, we survive already in a better way. So I do not see my children as a barrier of a healthy relationship between a Filipina and an expat or a foreigner.
Yeah, especially in your case, because you've worked so hard to raise your kids on your own, and now you're doing an amazing job as a realtor. Let's get into that. You realize that you need to work hard to be the sole provider for your kids, right?
Yes.
So let's just talk about what it took for you to transition from the province to coming here to the city.
So like I'm planning in the near future to have my own maybe rentals or like investment that connect in the real estate. And I said like, well, if that is my aim in the future, but why not? I need to connect in the real estate for me to be able to have a better deep understanding about how this real estate work. So I applied. I tried to apply for some company, and then finally, there's a company who opened their door for me. Like, yeah, Sabrina, you can join our teams or something like that. And then it goes on and on and on. At the beginning, it's like very challenging because I have to travel back and forth for like 5 to 6 hours, and then like, well, I choose this career because since before I already trying to figure it out. What's the best career for me? So I can see myself to be the best fit in this career. So I made this all challenges of travel, and now it's kind of like I enjoy it. So go.
Just to clarify, you are commuting a few hours each way, right?
Yes.
To get here to work and meet clients and do your thing. How hard was it for you to essentially become a realtor? Like, it's not easy growing up in the province to just get a career going. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
How hard was it for you to pull this off? How long has it taken you to get to where you are right now?
Yeah, actually, like for the first 2 years in this industry, I'm kind of like on and off because I sometimes I have this moment like, I think this is not the right for me. I'm tired or something like that.
So hard, yeah.
Yes, very challenging, and I do not know what are the process for me to connect with people, and so and then there are a lot of people encouraging me, like, you know what, Sabrina, you have the potential. You just need to work a little bit extra for that and figure it out what are the things to do. So I connect several like big people, and they are the one who start to refer me like, hey, if you're looking for a rental, I would like to recommend Sabrina to you. And then on my phone, like I receive a notification like, hey Sabrina, let's say Chad, recommending me to you that you have this rental, I'm looking for blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. I said like, okay, this is cool. So I start my social networking in real estate, and then from that I said like, okay, I have no reason to give up now, but instead I have the reason to keep going. My focus is in rental. And every time I meet a client, I don't see them as a client. I see them as a friend or a family. So after that, if they sign up a contract, and the more I put myself like, okay, I am part of the family, especially for the expat who came here, like they are by themselves, and I feel like nobody's taking care of them, but they choose me as their realtor. So I stand like a person who will take care of them. So it's not just I'm looking forward for like closing a deal with these people, but instead I look forward for a better connection, because I guess it's just in my heart. Like I cannot just imagine they live here by themselves, no friends. They have to build their own group of friends to be start, and they are not really familiar with the place. So I said like, hey, just to let you know, I am here. If you need my assistant, or if you need further details about Cebu, or if you need to go in a coffee shop for a conversation, then I'll be here. So they really appreciate it, and I'm happy also. I'm really doing it because that what make me happy. So some of the broker or real estate agent, they said like, Sabrina, you're just consuming time. My goodness, we need a production, not about that one. But I said like, hey, listen, I'm doing this because this is what make me happy. I'm doing the business, I'm doing my career, and I'm doing the connection, because this is what make me happy. This is not about you. You have your own, I have my own way. Mm-hmm. So being such a good friend with this expat makes me happy. So I keep doing the same thing, even if another client.
Yeah, and this is what I noticed right away. Like I met you with another group, and I thought they were just your good friends, which they are, but they're your clients. Like that's how it all started.
Yes.
So I think that was exceptional. So I think you're a great contact for people that are going to be coming to Cebu City, and with that approach, I think it's the best. Yeah, like you said, they're new here, they have no idea what's going on, and
True.
And they also need a friend, right? Just to sort of chat about life here and stuff. So you're great for that. I'll put your information in the description. Guys, check that out. You can reach out to Sabrina for all of that. And yeah, good stuff. We'll do more of these, but I appreciate you sharing your story too, because I think that your life in the province and that culture really plays into you now in the city, and how you're living and helping people here. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching that one, guys. Sabrina's information is in the description if you want to reach out to her, if you're here in Cebu or if you plan on coming here. Thanks for watching that. As always, appreciate it. More videos to come.